Hey everyone, how are you doing? My name is Vanessa Lathan. I am the new Grassroots Advocacy Manager here at AiArthritis, and I am reporting on my day one of the conference here at ACR. This is my first time attending ACR, and I'm also a person who has been living with the autoimmune condition for 9 years, among other things, and I'm on our policy and advocacy team. Yesterday, I spent most of my time at the booth, and it was an amazing experience because I'm all about meeting people, whoever you are, where you're at, and having that human-to-human interaction and making connections, because that's what it's all about. Making engagements, realizing where people have their challenges, where they have their success, and how can we as an organization meet them where they're at. One of the things I loved about working at the booth, and I did not realize that would happen being here at ACR, given that the first word is American, I was thinking US. And I know as an American, a person living in the United States, we sometimes get so caught up on what we need, what's going on in the United States, this, that, and the other, but we forget about the needs of international countries. And given that AiArthritis is an international organization, I was able to connect with so many other countries, and that touched my soul because we want to continue to grow and increase our international footprint. So I was able to meet with researchers, pharmacists, students, doctors, rheumatologists, anyone and everyone from different countries such as Morocco, Egypt, Ukraine, China, Argentina, Senegal, Ghana, Jamaica, Spain, and so many other countries that I can't even remember, but it was such a great experience. And they were excited to see that our organization boldly had international in it, and that we were focused on the international community and helping them reach their goals. And that made them smile, and that made me smile because I'm really big on everyone being seen and being heard. And then I also attended a policy session at the end of the day yesterday that was centered around youth for juvenile arthritis. And that session was really good. It started off with a mother speaking about her child and how she was new to policy, but you do what you have to do for your kids. And the conversation was, of course, tailored to rheumatologists. And one of the things she stated is prescribe policy. I'm gonna say that again, prescribe policy. And then we had some other policy professionals come up, and what they stated is that advocacy is a part of care. And I know policy advocacy can be such a hard topic, number one, just to understand, right? And that is not your fault, that is the system's fault. They don't create things for the everyday person, the everyday American to understand. Then it's also not easy to speak up. But I want to encourage you today that if it wasn't for someone speaking up for you, you wouldn't be where you are today, whether that is in your patient journey, your personal journey, your career journey, educational journey, whatever journey, someone spoke up so you could have what you have today. And we need to do that not only for ourselves, but for future generations, because we deserve a better healthcare system. We need to demand that our rheumatologists, any doctor that you see, get involved in advocacy, get involved in policy, and know that advocacy is a part of our care. We don't go forward, we don't improve, we don't get better until we speak up collectively. That is how we create a grassroots movement. One of the other things that came out of that workshop that was just a reminder that any politician at the local level, federal level, state level, whether voted or elected, whether elected or appointed, they are people just like us. Just like you and me, they are people. They are not above us just because they have a certain title, a certain degree, or because they hold certain power. They are just like you and me, no different. So don't give them that much power to think that you can't speak to them, that you can't push back against them, that you can't say what you need, because they work for us. And we need our doctors to do the same, and any healthcare professional. So here at AiArthritis and our policy team, we are advocating for all of our healthcare needs. And if there's anything that we can do to make policy easier, to give you tips on how you can advocate, whether in the United States or globally, we are here to do that in our advocacy and public policy department. We are here to give you all the tools that you need to make policy simple, because I get it. It can be very difficult and hard to understand, but we are making sure that that is not a barrier anymore, that that is not a challenge, that you have everything you need to advocate for yourself. And advocacy doesn't have to mean you go and speak to your state representative or your federal representative. Maybe it's just advocating in your rheumatology office saying, hey, We need the bathroom to be closer. We need longer hours. We need different languages. We need diversity. Advocacy can be anything. There's no advocacy conversation that is too small. You start where you're at. Advocacy does not have to be you going to DC. Advocacy could be you at your religious institution, at a school, at anywhere. Anywhere you feel comfortable advocating for anything, that is where you start. And then you never know where you can be in 5 months, 5 years, 10 years. Start with where you're at and use with what you have. And that is my takeaway for today. Bye.